Hello, I'm a journalist, not a licensed journalist, but I have recorded and hyper evidentially recorded further them planting evidences at corners of streets and at crime scenes, roles, and with their sources and interbranch at the same time. And as sides, all sides in criminal and civil cases, the lawyers and victims and their advocates and their doctors planting fake motives at the same time with the news and the interbranch switching and forging names while stacking fake things into databases. They have and have had roles through war with psychiatry and psychology, tactically delusions raw. They have readings of religious books that are tactically delusions raw, where science is supposed to be able to make a jump in, where there are differences. For example, the beginning of the Old Testament, the beginning of the Quran, qualify that, and how only right there is what people are supposed to know, right at the beginning of it. See, people want to evaluate and fight about things that are said at the back of the book. Well, it says all that matters is right there. You are valuing sequence shifts without allowing people to even to speak the evidences. How they've gotten away with this, they use crime methods of pretending they don't see evidences while they're fabricating it and knowing they had been fabricating it. They quote statutes and precedents and defend that leaving out how the databases and our founders left us to demonstrate the three branches of government are criminally foreign influence, tactical delusions rot. We are forced to enter the economies, criminally foreign influence, tactical, and hide their roles. They're still, through our schools, hiding what our founders communicated to. Just like they're hiding what the messengers communicated with those books and actually communicate with those books. And they're using the knowledge of the people with the most knowledge to get over on correlation agent, to make what's debatable not debatable. They want to value their difference where it's in the way of real differences means to discernment. So they have people, how big is Gaza? How much money they spend? Well, say, in other words, during the suburbs were designed before our founders were born for their torture and extortion, rather than treating that honestly, telling no lies, not valuing the lies of others, or using truths for lies, forcing quality of fact-checking nature either at locations or at the interbranch. That's going to leave out and hide finite details and uses of that also singularly used by the breaching method. And now that's not even debatable, but if someone's going to demonstrate, proofs of it with their nature of logic, they use the word argument because everyone came through schools who had other communicating that I'm involved with, also differentially other. This is a shell game with the exceptions too. All sides, A through Z. Otherwise, that body is sensed, even if it is a majority of people, even if it is a majority of countries. All we have to do is make agreements in nature that doesn't leave out how each modern country was forced distinctly become a country into, and as one still to become one, they had to be grouped. You had to entertain how grouped too, they were already enslaved. Regardless of who's accessible, it's off the record, complete fact, tribute nature, possession, /S of all locations /S. So the intelligence community, they record, confess, demonstrate, and confirm to any person who's going to speak about the Constitution honestly, that and how they're demonstrating that and how they're hiding behind how our countries share all these different countries on and off the campuses. And they're needing to pretend other motivations because that was already used remotely. Already all sides in criminal and in civil cases, the lawyers on